meeting.
There we go.
We've made it. Okay, there's some people on here that I haven't seen for a long time. Wait, Cass? How the heck are you? I love you so much.
Like, it's Cassandra.
You guys, Cassandra is like one of she's like your best friend that's only on wine, that you're like, if we could get coffee together, I could make it through the year, you know?
You make my life complete. Stop.
I love you so much. I'm so glad you're here. Peyton, hey, you're my other half.
Hey, how's it going? Oh, I love seeing everyone. Okay, I'm so sorry. There's like so many people coming and I'm trying to like hurry and Adam.
You wouldn't think that running a Zoom call is hard, but you sweat. Like you sweat really bad. Like
I know. I'm like stressed out. And so
out.
So sorry if someone because we're recording this. I'm so sorry if someone's watching this and you're like, I was in the waiting room and you didn't let me in.
Oh, that would be horrible. And Tylo. Oh my gosh. Just some of the most dear people to my heart are on right now. I want dreads like Tylo, but I am not cool enough. I'm not. And I know I'm not.
I think you could. You know, you don't know you can pull it off until you do it.
You're so nice. And one day I'll have the balls to do it like you. One day.
Okay. Should we start?
Yes, let's start.
One was like come in for a few minutes. So maybe this is everyone. Okay, first off, I just want to say that I'm so excited to have everyone here. And like, truly, it means so, so much to me that you are choosing to take time away from your family, from your spouse, from your kids, and that you are trusting Sydney and I with your time to be here. Like, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so, so much. Before I dive into this, I am going to say at the beginning, Sydney, I should talk to you about this first. None of this is medical advice.
Yeah. None of it.
There we go. I'm going to start it with that. Yeah. None of this is medical advice, but this is just things that Sydney and I felt very passionate about, that we've personally used, and it's helped our life and we've seen it help other people's life. And if you feel so inclined to try the things that we have mentioned helping us, that's awesome. I'm going to leave it there. Okay. So the reason that we're doing this Zoom is all because I shared my adaptive oil, which I have right here. I shared my adaptive oil on my stories this past week, and I was like bombarded with testimonials from people that were like, this oil is life-changing. It's changed my life. This has helped, blah, blah, blah. This has cured, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. So I started sharing those testimonials. And then I was blown away by how many people messaged me saying that they were having these overwhelming, scary, big feelings, but they didn't feel like they had any tools to turn to help them. So this weekend, I had so many heavy, heavy conversations, and I just haven't been able to shake the things that I've been thinking about and just things that I really felt I needed to share. And that is like what prompted this Zoom call with Sydney. As we talked, we're like, maybe this can help someone that is looking just for some hope and some light and some encouragement. So what we want from this call today is to leave you with a handful of tools that can help support you for when those big emotions come, because they're going to come. They do, for all of us. There's going to be more than just essential oils, just by the way.
Always more than oils.
We're going to talk about some essential oils that we love and that we reach for, but there are some other things as well that are just as important as the other things that we're going to mention.
Yeah.
So to start out, I just want to say that it's okay to feel. It's okay to feel things. I want to know, you don't have to raise your hand. Just raise your hand in your heart.
I'll raise my hand. I will always volunteer as tribute. You could just be like, Sydney, raise your hand. Okay.
I'm actually talking about Sydney this whole time. Who here is guilty of trying to just sweep your feelings under the rug.
Which is I feel like that's what us as mothers are so good at doing, because we have so much on our plate. You're working, you're not working, but you should be working, but you're not supposed to be working, or you're supposed to be feeding your kids certain food. Like, it's just, we have so much on our plates that all we can do is just like, okay, we'll deal with it later. We'll deal with it later. My needs come second. My needs come second, no matter what it is.
Totally. It's like that mom guilt. It's like you feel something super, super intense, and then you feel guilty or sad or disappointed that you felt that way or that you responded that way. So the last scenario that I want to talk about, so like sweeping things under the rug, feeling intense feelings that you are like disappointed with how you're feeling, or how about you're just really scared?
I think you're the only person that can mute people, Eden.
I don't know how. How do I do that?
So you'll just go over to the right-hand side, like after.
Oh, wait. That says mute myself.
Oh, can you not?
Oh, there we go. I think that was it. Is that good?
Yeah.
The last scenario I wanted to say is maybe instead of sweeping it under the rug, maybe pretending like you're okay and not letting anyone know how you're feeling. Because that can be scary. Letting people know that, hey, I am not okay. We so often feel mad at ourselves for feeling certain ways. Like, I shouldn't feel that way. So today I just want you to look at your feelings kind of like in a new light. And I want you to try this out. What if your feelings weren't a result of the circumstance that you're in, but instead they were a warning or a message that your subconscious mind needs to tell you before you can grow? And it's something that I like to call like leveling up and evolve, right? So instead of masking our feelings or pretending like they're not there or trying to cover them up or just like get rid of them as fast as we can, what if we just like leaned into them, grab some tools to help us hear them, learn from them, and then let them go?
I think you'll be so surprised too that when you lean into something, like let's take anxiety, for instance. Like, we all live in such an anxious world. Us mothers always deal with like heavy anxiety. If you leaned into that instead of said to yourself, like, oh, how can I stop this? Like, how can I stop feeling this way? I hate feeling this way. Like, I shouldn't feel this way. My husband says I shouldn't feel this way. I should just be happy. Like, if you leaned into it, how would you get to know yourself better? And I know that's such a weird concept to think about, like get to know yourself better, but that's been a huge topic on my mind lately is, do I even know myself? Because I am giving to everyone else every minute of the day. The minute I wake up, I'm giving. The minute I step into my doTERRA business, I'm giving. The minute I step into my apothecary, I'm giving. And I know everyone can resonate with that. So if you leaned into that, I think that you would be able to uncover the onion layers of who you are and get to appreciate yourself and get to know yourself a lot better, what you like, what you don't like, what you appreciate, what you don't appreciate about yourself and your circumstances. And then from there, start to move on with your life.
Totally. I love that, Sid. Like, I feel like when we're fighting so hard with like that internal conflict of like, we shouldn't feel this way, like that's what we're doing is we're fighting, and fighting is so hard and it's exhausting. And so I wouldn't say it's giving up, but just like allow it to flow. And like, instead of pushing up against it, like go away, like let it come and feel it. And then it can pass through. My mom, she's a brilliant psychiatrist, which I talked to Sydney, has had its challenges growing up with the mother who's a psychiatrist, but it has helped me my entire life to learn how to support and handle my emotions in a healthy and healing way. And I have learned that the only way to truly stop feeling sad or overwhelmed or anxious is to really feel it first and to go through it and to listen to it. And only then can you come out the other side. So I actually had an amazing conversation with someone the other day who said she was dealing with panic attacks and they were debilitating. And she said that they came from things that shouldn't be causing panic attacks, something as simple as forgetting an ingredient at the grocery store. And then she would be just ruined for the day. And she's like, I know I shouldn't be feeling this way. And I actually could relate to that. I never have dealt with anxiety in my entire life until my daughter almost died on Christmas a year and a half ago. And ever since then, man, it's like hit me like a ton of bricks of like what true anxiety is and what it feels like to be stopped in your tracks of like, I can't take another step forward. And it's hard and it's scary. And as I had this conversation with her, you know, when you like have conversations and then like you start saying things and then you're like, whoa, and like it just like opens up more doors in your mind and you like see things differently. But I recognize that like both of us were saying things like, we shouldn't be feeling this way, or these feelings are ridiculous, or I know I'm overreacting. Just kind of like the things we were mentioning before, just trying to sweep it under the rug or just get over it really fast. And I gave her the same advice that I gave myself and that I'm going to give all of you today. And it's to let yourself feel, give yourself grace, and listen to what your body and your mind are trying to tell you. Because big feelings are going to come. They are, whether it's daily anxiety or panic attacks that you're dealing with, or simply real life scenario, trying to respond with love when your child drops like their entire glass of pomegranate juice in the kitchen on the floor for the third time that day, right? Like respond with love, right? So we want to share just some amazing tools in these big emotions that can be hard and just debilitating sometimes. Give you some tools that you are going to be able to reach for, that they can be life-changing for you as you feel and you listen and you learn and lean into these big emotions. So obviously, we're going to talk about oils first. We'll get that one done with for all our oil people that are like, okay, we want to learn about oils. We're going to give you the oils that we have truly seen firsthand help incredibly from personal experience. The last 2 years of my life have been the hardest I've ever experienced. I've been the lowest low that I never thought humanly possible. And I can truly say that these oils have helped me to be able to get to the other side and see that light at the end of the tunnel. And like at times I'm like, oh, I wish that never happened. Obviously it sucked and it was hard. But now as I'm like coming up for breath, I'm like, I am truly a different person and I'm better and I'm stronger. And I'm almost to the point where I'm like grateful for those really sucky things that have happened. So first runner up. I don't want to talk about adaptive since that's what started this whole conversation.
So good. It's so good. Adaptive is like, I was telling someone this morning on the phone, it's like when you use adaptive and balance together, which I'm sure we'll talk about balance, but
yeah,
both of them together and individually, it's like the working mothers, or if you're not a working mother, it's a mother's best friend of like, there's so many things you have to juggle. So like your plate is full. And if you put one more scoop of mashed potato on your plate, like it's going to break, it's going to fall over. And we all know that feeling. And so adaptive is like that reprieve of like, okay, I can take another step. Okay, I can make it to bedtime. Okay, I can get through this day without like losing my marbles on all 94 of my children or everything that I have going on. So that's how I describe adaptive. And I think everyone can resonate with that description.
So clinically though, right? doTERRA did a study and adaptive lowers cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone.
Yeah.
So knowing like from a scientific standpoint that you have this in your back pocket, you have it in your purse when you go to the grocery store, when you're driving your car, when you're sitting down and trying to do homework or homeschool with your child, that you have this right here when you start feeling panicked. Like for me, it's like the world gets quiet and I can only hear my heartbeat and it's going faster than it should be going. Like that's what like anxiety feels like to me. And I feel my heartbeat and I reach for this little sucker right here and I rub it on my pulse points, my wrists, my hands, and I like breathe it in for like 30 seconds. And I truly feel my heart rate start to come down. I feel my body relax and it's like the sound of the world starts coming back from this.
Well, also when you take it into the clinical perspective, and we're not going to talk about hormones, but just a little side note, the cortisol, if you have too much cortisol running through your body, it is the biggest hormone disruptor because it's turning on that fight or flight in your body, and your body legitimately does not know that you're not running from a bear. Like you're just sitting in your kitchen doing homework, but your cortisol's through the roof, but your body thinks that it's running from a bear. The best description that I give on like what stress and high anxiety can do to your body and your hormones and your feminine reproductive organs over time is it's like when you have your car sitting in the garage and you put it in neutral, it's turned on, but you go and put a brick on the gas pedal and your engine's just revving up, but you're sitting there, you're just sitting there. Your car's just sitting there in the garage, but you are so revved up and high strung and so scattered and squirrely, but you're just sitting there watching a movie with your kids or sitting down to your computer or standing there making dinner. And what would happen to your car over time? Would it even last 6 months if it was in the garage 24 hours a day with a brick on the gas pedal in neutral? No. So why do we think that our body is going to be okay when we turn 35 or 40 with so much cortisol running through our veins, and we've never managed our stress or used natural tools to help relieve that stress? And then we all wonder why we have like Hashimoto's and multiple sclerosis and so many debilitating diseases that are caused by stress. So that once I learned that years ago from like different professionals, it really put into perspective how much my body goes through with the stress that I deliver on it.
I loved that analogy. That
it opened your mind so much.
Cool.
Wow.
Totally.
Yeah,
totally. Well, and just knowing that like when you are having those big moments of like, oh my gosh, and feel like that brick's on the gas, like knowing that you can reach, like, I think that having something tangible that you can actually like pick up and touch is huge. Mm-hmm. So I love having this. On a side note, because I know we're talking about like ourselves as mothers and as women, but for children, to teach them that they have a tool that they can reach for to help them from a young age, I think that's powerful. Mm-hmm. Like super, super powerful. And with my kids, even my 2-year-old, right? She'll be having a temper tantrum and I'll be like, oh baby, do you need your oils? And I hand her the Adaptive and she opens it because she likes to open it because it's like cool that she can like twist it off now, and she rubs it on her nose and you know, little does she know that she really is calming down, but like letting her know like, yeah, that's hard. Here's something that you can help yourself.
Yeah.
It's powerful. Oh gosh, I could talk about Adaptive all day. So amazing. Balance that Sydney mentioned, another incredible oil. It pairs beautifully with Adaptive. It's a grounding oil. Use it when you're feeling flighty, when you feel out of control and that just things are not going your way. It'll bring you back down to earth. Once again, pulse points. I like to breathe it in and just get those oils in my body, rub it on my neck, so that I can breathe them in throughout the day. I actually like to diffuse Balance at night in my kids' rooms. Balance and lavender are like my favorite diffuser blend for a night.
If anyone has Serenity is like another level of calm the crap down during bedtime around like 6:30, 7 o'clock. And even Whitley's on here, I swear, right? Maybe she's not.
I don't know.
Yeah, Whitley's iPhone.
Oh yeah, they should.
She has the best sleeping like kiddo spray that she has her kids spray on her pillow, and I love watching that reel. So if you guys don't follow Whitley, go follow her on Instagram. But
yeah, Whitley, go if
the
chat. Yeah, just go in the chat, Whitley, and put your Instagram handle so that people can go, or like if you want to go find the link to that reel, you can put that there too. Either.
Yeah. Serenity is really good. Do you mind? I'm just going to interrupt Balance. Can I just say one thing, Eden, before we go on to the next one?
Totally.
One thing that I love to explain to people for oils and your emotions is there's different types of essential oils. Obviously, there's herbal oils like thyme and marjoram There's tree oils like balsam fir and black spruce and cedarwood and vetiver and frankincense. There's citrus oils like tangerine and grapefruit and citrus bloom. There's invigorating oils like peppermint and deep blue and breathe. And whenever you are trying to just quickly in a moment's situation, trying to figure out what oils to use for your emotions, think about where that oil is coming from. So, for instance, cedarwood is very, very grounding. Frankincense comes from the bark and the resin of a tree. Black spruce is coming from a tree. Those are rooted, those are grounded in the earth. Those are not going anywhere. Like, you literally have to like destroy a tree in its roots to get rid of it. So it's so foundationally secure. So if you are wanting to take on the traits of foundationally secure and really grounded, think about those oils. Grab cedarwood, grab vetiver, diffuse balance, because balance has a lot of tree woodsy oils in it. If you're finding yourself if you're lacking motivation, if you can't take any more steps forward, if you are feeling so stagnant and like clogged in your energy, like you can't get up and go, you have no motivation, think about the oils that gather, like citrus oils or like tangerine and clementine and lemon. Those oils you need to go gather, and they are very energizing and uplifting and motivating essential oils. If you are feeling really emotional, like I am so off my rocker and my husband's wondering when I'm going to start my cycle and I just cannot get my crap together, think about the oils that are very delicate, like lavender and magnolia and jasmine and ylang-ylang and even patchouli. Those oils are very delicate. They're sweet. They are like almost like forgiving. Whenever you smell magnolia, which is inadaptive, you're like, oh no, like I'm okay. And I know that sounds so weird to say about an essential oil or like a smell, but that's a great way to think of why do I need cedarwood? Why is she talking about vetiver? I'm always feeling stagnant and just bogged down, no energy. Well, what plants give off life? What plants infuse life? What plants really ground you to the earth and make you feel one with our earth? So that's kind of like how I love to explain it. And I didn't make that up. That's what I've learned over the course of the last 5 years through experts. So anyways, maybe you can take that into your own life.
I think that's so cool. I think it's so cool because that just makes sense. Like, where is this plant coming from and what does it do? And it's going to have the same effects on your body.
Yeah.
So cool. And I love like grouping my oils. Like, these are my grounding oils, my tree oils. And then I feel like pulled to like use certain ones, just so cool. I love that. Copaiba, she mentioned, that's also the bark of a tree as well. Copaiba, the effects of copaiba have been compared to CBD oil. It's not CBD, but it has the same effects of being anti-stress and relaxing and calming. My brother-in-law, admitting a couple more people, had severe anxiety the past few years. He actually thought he was having heart issues and thought he was having heart attacks. And he'd go to the doctor and they'd be like, your heart is fine. And he was like, no, I'm having a heart attack right now. And later found out that it was severe anxiety. And he swears by copaiba. He's like, this is the only thing that literally made me feel like I wasn't having a heart attack anymore. And he simply just put a drop underneath his tongue every day.
And one of the reasons that copaiba is so powerful for your emotions is because it targets your nervous system. So again, that fight or flight. And if you really want to get into like terms of fight or flight, it's called the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. I won't explain it. You all can go look it up and like learn about it. Obviously, I'm not going to bore you, but it is helping your nervous system, which is like governing literally every area of your body, your nerves, your brain, your spine, your muscles, your emotions. And so for an essential oil or any remedy remedy to be so powerful that it's able to bring your nervous system back to baseline and back to like homeostasis. It is like so powerful. So do not underestimate the power of copaiba underneath your tongue or on your spine or on your 3-year-old spine that just had the worst day at daycare and can't cope with his new preschool teacher. Like, take it into your children's life so that like they can see that they can use them too.
Totally. Yeah. I love them. I also want to say, so we've mentioned adaptive, balance, copaiba. Adaptive has a soft gel, an actual pill that you can take internally. I definitely wanted to mention that. And copaiba does as well. We also have mentioned lavender, which lavender is one of the main ingredients in Serenity that Sydney talked about. And they have Serenity soft gels as well. And I think after this call, I'm going to just like on my stories, I'm just going to write down all of the products that we mentioned so that you can like go there and screenshot it or save it. So you're not like, oh, what did they talk about? I'll just write down all of the products that we have talked about on this Zoom call that have really, really helped so that you can remember them. The other one I wanted to talk about that I like never talk about is rose. And the reason I don't talk about rose is because a bottle, like a normal, not a roller, a normal bottle of rose is like $300 for like the little bottle. It's insane expensive. Like I don't even own it because like spending $300 on rose, I'm like, I could have like 100 adaptives. So it's hard to spend $300. But this came with the BOGO. And so that's why I have the touch, and the touch is a little bit more doable. It's like, what is it, like 70?
60 something, I think.
It's a little, it's expensive still for sure, but it's a little bit more doable. But holy freaking crap, this has been a huge tool for me. Rose is the highest frequency oil on this earth. So when you put this on your body, it will raise your frequency, which happiness and joy and light is a high frequency. Where on the other end, sadness, depression, anxiety, those are dark, low frequencies. So knowing that you can put this oil on and it's going to raise your frequency and help you throughout your day. So this is my perfume right here.
So good.
Adaptive and Rose. I put this on every single morning, my neck, my wrists, throughout the day. It smells so good, but it's also helping me to be happy and to find the joy in life.
If you use rose on your solar plexus chakra, in a lot of Chinese medicine, I'm not going to like say that it's in all Chinese medicine, but in some Chinese medicine beliefs, that's where like your soul is thriving, like where your soul creates your energy and your soul creates what you call your chi and like your beliefs, and it like spreads throughout the rest of your body is right here in your solar plexus chakra. And if you use rose on your solar plexus chakra, it is like it heightens your frequency or your energetic level immediately, which will then help your anxiety and depression and stress.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm going to do that. It's
yeah.
Be
Put
it up there. That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 more things that I just want to cover with the essential oils, and then we're going to move on. The DDR Prime soft gels. I talk about these all the time because I love them. And they're not actually specifically like targeted towards like anxiousness or sadness or anything like that. DDR stands for damaged DNA repair, which Sydney knows. You can already see from this call. I'm like, take it away, Sid, when she talks about like scientific and stuff like that. She's so smart on that. And so she'll cover that, what damaged DNA repair does for your body and why it's so great to take every single day. But I have noticed like the craziest shift in my energy. At first I was like, these pills give me energy, but as I've like dug deep, because they're like, it's not an energy pill. What I have realized is that these pills, so they're not giving me energy, but they're making me excited for life and extremely full of gratitude. So when you are full of gratitude and you are excited for life, you have a natural energy to get on with your day. So that's why I was like, oh, they're super energizing, but it was because they were giving me these 2 things. And I didn't realize how much I loved them until I ran out of them the first time. And the first day I didn't take them. And I was like, oh my gosh, those help me so much. And then when I got them in my next LRP order and I took it, I was like, this like it, I don't know what it is. It's like I feel the capsule burst in like my sternum and it's like fills my whole body. And I'm like, I'm so grateful to be alive. Like they're so amazing. So I recommend everyone look into those. They have health benefits as well too, though, right, Sid?
It's actually really good to give your body like the cellular support it needs. So maybe on later down the road, you won't deal with heavy health issues. Like, I don't want to like say the names, but like tingling in your feet, if you know what I'm talking about, and like certain autoimmune things. So just because it's like feeding your cells and it's feeding like the baseline of your body for like your body to just work its magic and help heal itself.
They're amazing. They seriously are. That's like my one pill I won't miss every single day. I love them so much. Okay. The last oils that I want to talk about are all citrus oils. Like Sydney was saying, your citrus oils, they're uplifting, they're joyful, they're the ones that gather, they're inclusive, they're happy. So you think when you're having these darker moments in your life, these oils are so, so powerful. All citrus oils, lemon, grapefruit, tangerine, clementine, the blend, citrus bloom, cheer. I know I'm missing a million other ones. They're so good and they're so easy to reach for. They smell really good. You can fill your diffusers when you're having a hard, lower vibration day and fill your home with these smells that are going to promote a feeling of joy and happiness.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Okay. As much as I love my oils, I think there's just like a couple things that we just want to touch on quickly to have in your toolbox as well, outside of oils. Yes, these things, and personally, they have helped me so much. I know they've helped many of you as well. And many people that I don't even know, I've seen the results and they're incredible. But outside of oils, we want to talk about a few things. So the first thing is, what are you putting in your body? And I know that's like a broken record that everyone says, but if you are someone who is like really struggling mentally, please, please just consider this thought. You should be eating like your life depends on it, because it does. It does depend on it. What you put into your body matters, and your foods and your diet, they're going to affect the way that you feel mentally. And I'm not at all talking about diets. You know, those reels where the sound is like, what's something if you say out loud, you'll get a lot of hate for? I think all diets are eating disorders. Don't hate me. But I think that they're unsustainable and I think they're unreliable. And I think that they set people up to eventually fall back into old habits and then feel like they failed, is what I believe. Right. So what I'm talking about is putting good, nutritious foods into your bodies, and put foods that make you feel good and fuel you and give you energy. And I'm a big foodie. I love food. Food is like my love language. So I'm not perfect. Absolutely not. But I am super conscious about what ingredients are in my food and in my children's food. So I'm just going to make a recommendation here. If you don't follow Just Ingredients, go follow her. She is so, I'm admitting a few people, sorry. She is so knowledgeable on ingredients and the things you're putting into your body. I'm not an expert by any means in like the food subject at all. She is. Go follow her. And on that note, what you're putting in your body, what you're putting on your body kind of comes next as well. What are you putting on your body? Your skin is your largest organ in your body. So it's so important that you're looking at your ingredients and you're knowing what your body is absorbing, because it does affect your body, from lotions, body wash, shampoo, and conditioner. It really, really adds up. So it is important to make it a priority to make sure that the things that you're putting in your body and on your body have good ingredients that are going to help you mentally. Right here, I wanted to talk about another, it is a doTERRA product. It's not like an essential oil, but it's called the Lifelong Vitality Pack, because it's something that you can put into your body kind of like a multivitamin. Is that what you would say about it, Sid? Like it's like a multivitamin?
Yeah, I mean, for lack of a better word, like, is it a supplement? Yes, absolutely. But it's giving you, again, like those foundational key ingredients that a lot of our food lacks just because of GMO and farming these days. And we eat protein bars instead of avocados. And, but the lifelong vitality, it's actually doTERRA's number one selling product, and it's not an essential oil. And the thing I love about doTERRA is there's doctors, there's physicians, there's surgeons, there's scientists, there's nutritionists backing everything. So it's not like an uneducated person was just like, oh yeah, vitamin D and like factory made zinc and folic acid should be like thrown into something. It's very, very, very intentional and researched heavily. So the lifelong vitality is 3 little bottles, and you take 2 to 4 of each one every day. I'm just going to hurry and quickly explain it. Is that okay, Eden?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So the first one is called your E omegas. This is all of like your brain food and the food that coats your joints and your ligaments. This is going to help with like obviously concentration, but also with like sore muscles, sore joints, painful muscles, painful ligaments that we can all experience at times. But the biggest thing to take away from this E omega is like the brain fat and food. Like your brain is straight fat. So to giving it fat will help it thrive. The second one is your Microplex VMZ. This is all of your baseline vitamins and minerals. This is your vitamin K. This is your iron. This is your folic acid. This is your vitamin D and B12. And then, a lot of times we have such high vitamin and mineral deficiencies because we do not give ourselves proper nutrition. Like in this day and age, we just don't. And so this is going to help offset and give our bodies those vitamins and minerals that we are so easily depleted in. And then the last one is alpha CRS. This is for cellular regeneration. This is going to help with those hard, anxious feelings, the sad feelings, the energy levels, the hair, skin, and nails. I actually always consult your physician, okay? When you are pregnant or any other time, always consult your doctor. But I opted to take these as my prenatal when I was pregnant with Wild Bill because I looked in the ingredients of the ones that the doctors were having me take, like Walgreens, Costco gummies, prenatal gummies. And I was like, you're going to give me something that the first ingredient is sucralose in gummies, or the first ingredient be like silicon dioxide? Like, no, I don't think so. So I opted for these, and they were so powerful for my pregnancy, but also as my postpartum vitamin. And they're my vitamin for my everyday life. Like, once you start taking these, you're going to like wake up 3 or 4 weeks later and be like, wow, I feel so good. And then if you pair your DDR Prime soft gels on top of it, it is so good. So I would honestly recommend like reading up on lifelong vitality to see if it resonates with you and see if you're willing to like take the next step to like put better things into your body, because lifelong vitality is one of the best things that you can get.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you will feel different when you take it. You will, it's noticeable. Like I feel really good.
Yeah.
Super cool. Okay, let's go on to our next tool. And this one's kind of funny, but it's my favorite. It really is. So this tool is sunlight, which we all can get. It's right outside. I don't care if you live in Florida like I do, where it's super sunny all the time, or if you live in Utah where it's like snowing and so cold. Every place has the sun and you can always find it. So if you think about the sun is literally the source of all life to every living thing on the planet. Nothing can live or thrive without it. So whenever I'm struggling mentally or having a hard day, I go and I find the sun, I close my eyes and I turn my face towards it and I just breathe. And I just like breathe in its warmth. It's life-giving warmth. And I take a few seconds to feel that. And I feel it fuel my body. The sunlight truly can heal. And that's just, I know that maybe you're like, okay, I go outside every day. But if you really just like put aside that time to just go sit in the sun for a minute and absorb that warm life that the sun provides, it's amazing. So that's a quick one in your toolbox.
So easy.
Okay. The next one is moving your body. And I just talked about this with like a handful of girls that are in here, but I'm going to say it again. I'm so sorry. So I laugh because Sydney is like the queen of moving her body.
Oh, whatever.
If you don't follow Sydney, like her dancing videos they're probably equally as life-giving as the sun.
Go watch my last reel. Legitimately, me and Wild Bill were practicing his spelling words this morning, and I was like, I'm kind of done with this. Are you done with this, Bill? He's like, yeah. So we just like turned on Machine Gun Kelly. Wouldn't recommend that for a 7-year-old, but here we are thriving. It's fine. And it's just like, I feel like you can just have so much fun with yourself on the treadmill. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I'm like, throw some Kesha on circa 2009 and you are just set for hours.
Literally, your dances, I'm just like, oh, I love you. Why can't I be here right now? Her energy is like the second she wakes up, she's like, what are we doing today? Okay, I'm gonna go dance like 5 a.m.
I know.
Where I am not that way. And I wish I was. And I'm working really hard to like love getting up early. Like Sydney's super good at that. But one thing that I have been working on this year, because I know it's so important to move your body, and I feel so much better when I move my body, but it's hard for me to find the time. I'm homeschooling my kids. I am running a business. I literally have no time to like work out. So I set a physical goal for myself this year, and it was to do a minute-long handstand. Like that is my entire physical goal this year. And it has been so fun. I'll literally be like cooking food and then like handstand, and then I'll flip the pancake and then handstand, and then serve the kids and then handstand. So it's like, I'm doing it all day. It's fun. My kids are laughing. I'm laughing. I feel like a kid again. But it's so fun for me, and I'm moving my body, and I'm doing something that's like exciting and silly. And yeah, if you are struggling to find the time to like move your body, don't immediately go to, I need to run on the treadmill and I need to lift weights and I need to go to the gym. You can find ways to move your body that's at home, playing with your kids, dancing as you cook dinner, dancing while you're doing spelling.
I mean, why not? Why not?
That sounds great. You can find ways to move your body.
Really can.
Okay. The next one, sorry, I'm just like looking at my notes real quick. The next one is, this has been extremely helpful for me the last couple of years that I've just been like going through a lot. I feel like sometimes when I'm feeling heavy, I don't quite really know exactly what I'm feeling. I'm like, it feels not good. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't feel good. And so something that's been super helpful is actually just like writing it down. And I've never been a big journaler. I wish I was, I really do, but I've just never been one of those people. But when life gets hard, and these past few years, I've just like really taken this to heart, is I've just taken my pen to the paper. And sometimes I'm just able to let my feelings fly without any reservations, knowing no one's going to hear this. No one's going to read this. No one's going to see this. I let loose and I scribble down everything that's on my mind. And somehow putting my thoughts onto paper it's like, it's no longer stuck inside me. It's like, I wrote it and now it's over there. I just wrote it and now it's not in me. And it's like, oh, it's like better than just venting and talking to someone, because like I see it and I'm like, oh, this is the hard thing that I was feeling, but now I don't have to keep it in me. It's over here. It's really liberating. So that's been a huge tool for me. I know Sydney journals a lot as well.
I freaking hate journaling, but I'm here doing it because my freaking Chinese doctor told me to. And I seriously sit down in my journal every morning. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to say to you. Okay. I'm fine. We're fine. It's all good. I'm just going to go freaking drink my coffee. I'm going to get on my treadmill and we're going to work this crap out. But I'm here doing it and I love it. I I don't want to say I feel better because then I like have to put like come with my tail between my legs. But I was telling my mom yesterday, like it does give me that like free flowing, like the energy's running through me. I'm releasing things that I didn't even know was really inside that I'm holding on to, and grudges that I didn't even know I was like still peeved off about, and resentment I might be holding towards family members or friendships or business partners or whatever it is. And so it actually is like one of the best tools, but like I still have a like bittersweet relationship with it because I'm such an efficient person. Like efficient person, meaning I have to always be efficient, not wasting my time, and journaling was always a waste of time for me. But it's not. It's really good for you, and it's even better if you have like a quiet moment for just like, I think I started out doing it for like 7 minutes a couple weeks ago. And I would have never done it if my Chinese doctor didn't tell me to. So we love her. We really love her.
She sounds like a gem. She sounds like someone we all need in our life.
Yeah.
So along with me writing down how I'm feeling, I just like word vomit everything down. I just like to sit in silence after I've just like put my things down over there. They're not in me anymore. And then I breathe and I pray, and then I just express gratitude for the opportunity to experience all of life's moments and not just the good ones. That's something that I'm always doing after I journal, because I just like said all the things that I don't want anyone to ever see. It's just like how mad I am at everything, how sad I am, how whatever, and how this isn't fair. And then I put it over there and I just pray and I just tell my Heavenly Father, whoever you believe in or whatever higher power you are drawn to, for me, it's God. And I just thank him that I get to experience this, that I got to come to earth and experience it all. Okay, I know this is getting long, so we should probably like start wrapping up before you guys are like, okay, let's go. But I just wanted to leave you with one last and like final tool for the day. And I'm going to tell you a story about a friend that I met through social media. And man, she is a freaking good mom. She's so patient with her kids and loving and gentle, and she doesn't get frustrated easily. She is fun and she's so present with them. Mind you, I came up with all of those things about her before I had ever met her. All of those things that I just told you about her were things that I just had learned about her and come to my own conclusions just through social media. But I feel like the story isn't going to go where you think it's going, but it's really important to the end of the story. Stay with me. So on days when I was struggling to be the mom that I wanted to be, kind, patient, fun, I'd always think back to this friend of mine and I'd say to myself, man, her kids are probably just so calm and helpful, and they're probably so respectful, and they probably listen really well. And that's why she's able to be all those amazing things. That's why she's a good mom, because her kids are probably so much better than mine, nicer, calmer. So now let's fast forward to actually meeting this person in person for the first time. So I pull up to her house. I'm so excited. And I am greeted by her unbelievably obnoxious and rude and naughty little children. I was blown away. And I promise, I'm not trying to be mean. I was legitimately blown away. They were her kids, everything opposite of what I thought they would be like. Like truly, I have 3 very, very wild and destructive little boys, right? They can be so hard and test me to my absolute limits. And I was shocked within the first 5 minutes of being there with how hard her kids were. Like stunned. But here's the real kicker of the story. My friend was still the beautiful mother that I had imagined her to be. Her attitude on life and on motherhood had absolutely nothing to do with her circumstances. She was gentle and loving and understanding, and obviously had the patience of a saint. But this entire experience really changed my perspective on how I want to respond to things. The way I act and respond has absolutely nothing to do with the world around me and everything to do with who I am choosing to be. Life is hard. Kids can sometimes suck. Loss is inevitable, and everyone will experience it all at different points in their life. But we each independently will get to choose who we are going to be in those moments. And the tools that we discussed today, they're going to help you to be able to choose to let yourself be happy and to see the good and to feel the joy, because yeah, life is hard for sure, but it's also so freaking beautiful and full of hope and light. And it'd be a shame to miss out on all of those precious moments.
It really would be. I love that story. I've never heard you say that before.
I know. It's one that's just really stuck with me. Because I expected her, like when I saw her kids and they were like little S words, I was like, oh, she's probably different. But she wasn't. And she was a beautiful mom. And she was so loving. And I was like, wow, I could do that too.
Yeah. I love that.
So let's wrap it up with that. Sydney and I, we like always talk before the call, plan like kind of like what we want to talk about. And we always like giving things away on these calls. I feel like we didn't solidify what we wanted to do exactly.
Was it the lifelong vitality or was it not?
We do want to do the lifelong vitality, but how do we want to do this?
Okay. Guys, we are so prepared. Like we're so prepared. You get to see us in such real time. It's like,
I know. I was like, should I hurry and like text her? Like, and then she'll like look down. I'm like,
you would think that like with us running multiple businesses, like we would plan more, but I'm like, I don't know, just like throw something out, bull crap it. Sounds good. I don't know.
You do it.
Okay. Well, I think what you and I had discussed was like the home essentials kit. We're always, and I don't know if you're already a part of our community, like we can definitely, we have something for you too, but I'm not sure how many people are not already part of our community. So if you're not already a wholesale customer, we always talk about the home essentials kit. It has copaiba, it has lavender, peppermint, balance, adaptive, deep blue, whole slew of other ones. Comes with a diffuser. For all who snag the home essentials kit, we are gifting a free lifelong vitality pack too. And in addition to all of that, you're also going to be receiving a free grapefruit, tangerine, clementine, and wild orange, because that's what doTERRA is gifting away for free. So we're not going to leave this window to be open for super long. I think just today's Thursday. So we talked about until Friday. Was it Friday or Saturday, Eden? Which did we decide?
Yeah, I think we were like maybe like a 24-hour window.
Yeah, just because that would be coming out of our own checking accounts, which we are happy. We would not offer this if we didn't want to, and weren't in a position to. But we don't want to offer it for too long. So I just think like what, till tomorrow at 5 p.m. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Tomorrow. Free lifelong vitality for all who do the healthy, the home essentials kit. If you are already a wholesale customer, we never want to like exclude you. So anybody who shares the home essentials kit with a friend, a family, a sister, a cousin that you have play dates with, and they're always eyeing your oils, you can always say to them in the most loving, anti-pyramid scheme way, hey, the community that I'm a part of, they're giving a ton of great free oils away. And so you can purchase this home essentials kit and you can personally get free wild orange, grapefruit, tangerine, and clementine. And that's a great way to let them know about it. So if you do that, message us and we can help you understand how to do that a little, like what it means, how you can send them links or whatever. It doesn't mean that you're going to be selling oils now. It doesn't mean that you're going to be getting a free Cadillac for selling whatever. It just means that you shared a kit with them and that maybe they were eyeing your oils at a play date or at a family reunion, or you talked to your mom a lot about it or something like that. So that's how you can get the free lifelong vitality as well. So potentially wholesale customers, you don't have to spend $200. You can even just share it with a friend or a family. So there you have it. We always, always, always gift something on our education hours because we love everyone.
We're just so, we're so grateful for you guys for being here for so long. Oh, look, it's been like exactly an hour.
I know it has.
My time. I didn't even look at that. That was
and
divine.
I promise next time we'll be prepared. Okay.
Yeah,
you would think we would be, but we're not. We usually never are. We just wing it. So that's fun.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. Sydney, do you want to end the recording just to make sure?
Yeah.